Hello and welcome to Natural Born Disc Golf's coverage of the Finnish Championship 2020. We're here at the final round. It is the back nine and we are ready for some disc golf firework. It's the perfect flight commentary duo back again. Jørn, Idar, Kvig and Dean Schaub. What are we looking forward to on this last 9 holes?
Well, we see the pressure starting to get to some of these guys out here. We got Niklas, Jesse, and Väinö all in the hunt for sure. Janne bringing up the rear, but you know, the showmanship and I imagine some loose and free play from the 42-year-old Finnish superstar. But yeah, let's not bury the lead. Niklas Anttila has had a great tournament, playing mature beyond his years, as we always say. We're going to see him, you know, run some long putts, but with that safe style of play. Yeah, it would be a miracle to see Väinö or Jesse catch up to him the way he's been playing this week.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see if they can do something here at hole 10. It's a par 304 meters. Just keep it pretty much dead straight is what you want to do without a fairway or a slower distance. We're going to see Janne forcing a forehand over a little bit, hoping to hug back. And this is going early. Beautiful kick. And
man,
I don't even know what's going on.
A little something for everybody on that one.
Woohoo! I was not prepared for that one. There was a lot of things going on at the same time. Väinö is going more traditional, almost going out of bounds, actually long left there, but getting himself a look for a birdie on about 8 to 9 meters. Sorry, I was caught totally off guard by that one.
It happens. The way Väinö's putting, you can almost mark that one down too already.
Yeah, he's been putting fantastic here at the final round of the Finnish Championship. We've seen him been a little bit on and off during the Finnish Pro Tour, but he took down the whole thing in the end. But he had some hiccups, especially a few of the rounds here at the championships as well. But so far, the first 9 holes, he's been very much on his putter.
My eyebrows just went down to my nose seeing Niklas not park this hole. I feel like he has this one so dialed in.
This is a little tight, but gets sneaky for Jesse, leaving him a circle's edge putt.
Do you feel the tension from these a little bit longer putts? I'm feeling it.
Oh, for sure. This is, after all, the biggest, most important national championships in Europe. Jesse, cool, calm now. Just picking that one up.
Dead center.
Väinö. Oh, I was not expecting that. After all the praise we gave him here before he started putting, that is not what we saw in the front 9 from the Prodigy sponsored player. Niklas is forced to go away from his normal putting stance. Doesn't affect him at all. Starting off the back 9 the way he started the front 9 with a birdie.
You know, that slightly uphill circle's edge straddle putt just looks effortless. His drive looked effortless. Everything he does looks like it takes no energy at all.
And we see Janne is back with the hat and back with a birdie, putting him in -1 now. Meaning that Väinö lost the stroke both to Niklas and Jesse. And at this point, I would say that the championships is out of reach, but there is still a few tricky holes left on the course. This is maybe not one of them. This is one of the easier ones. This is hole 11. It's a par 4, 151 meters. Right here is the sweet spot. Just gonna go a big wide hyzer. not hit the first trees, and then a little bit of a touchy approach towards the basket. So basically just dividing this up, get on up there, don't hit those first trees and roll down, and you should be pretty much good, as we see a big gallery here ready to salute the new Finnish champion.
Yeah, great to see so many volunteers as well. Yeah, this drive is really one of those just don't do anything stupid drives. Like, put it up there, give yourself a chance. This is a pretty soft par 4.
Yeah, Janne solving that very nicely. You have seen in the rounds before this that almost everyone has not gone on the right-hand side of those trees in the middle of the little hill there, which is kind of surprising because that's where there is the most amount of room. Here we see Niklas doing just what I said, and you can see getting great distance. It's just perfect for a good little hyzer for these guys. But for amateurs like us, those trees are in play in a whole different way.
Yeah, usually on the 3rd shot.
Fair enough.
So, throw one into the side of the hill, overhand up to the landing zone. Smack a tree, pitch up for a 5.
Yeah. And yes, furthest drive of the bunch so far. Splitting the trees and getting great distance.
Yeah, yes, it's no slouch with that backhand. He rips it straight across his chest. A lot of confidence, especially on hyzer shots. It's a solid throw.
Yeah, for sure. And we see the whole group here just demonstrating why you're calling this a soft par 4. I would actually say that the trickiest thing here is to make sure you land close enough on the approach. Janne agrees. And perhaps in the comment section, if you people can tell me what the deal is with the clothes, which is hanging to dry there now for the 4th round straight, I would be very happy to hear from some of our Finnish viewers. Niklas not happy with that. Understandably hitting one of those early trees, ending up on the circle's edge of circle 2 for his bird.
It just feels weird seeing him make a mistake.
Väinö just parking that one. No biggie. Jesse knows that this is one important one. Coming in with a lot of speed. Ooh, and there... Those trees are actually more in the way than it looks from this camera angle. A little bit surprised to see going that deep. We saw that in round 3 as well. He was pretty hot off the approach.
Yeah, he just kind of whipped it up there. No attempt at any finesse or to let it fade gently at the basket.
What he did in round 3 was just to hit that little hillside, just stop that in the tracks, but this time just keeping it a little bit too high. Janne hitting high am side. Cannot capitalize on his birdie. We'll be tapping out. All the young guns are going to do a little bit of a putting session here. Jesse, this is a very important putt. It's a big putt for Jesse. Oh, that is dead center. Keeping the pressure. Gaining a stroke on Niklas. Very valuable putt. Just cleaning it up.
Yeah, a little more drama after hole 11.
Yeah, getting the pulse up. I like that. We're going into hole 12, par 3. 114 meter, quite downhill. At least 11, 12 meters down. You will see backhands and forehands, whatever can get you straight and true towards the basket here. The big mistake, of course, is hitting early trees on the way out and going too high. Because if you're going too high, it is downhill the whole way, which means that if you blow past the basket, you are in big risk of going long in OB. So let's see. Forehand by Jesse. That is very, very nice.
Absolutely beautiful. I think one of the biggest risks with a forehand, besides going too high, is just going too straight.
Yes, put up some pressure from Niklas. Gaining. And here we see what happens if you're going too high, just heading straight OB. And we'll have a 12-meter comebacker for his par save. Slightly uphill.
Yeah, putters and mids that glide are great until it does that.
Yep. This is going a little bit left, but gets sneaky for Captain Finland. Ending up on about 8 meters. Let's see if Niklas can answer Jesse. And a little bit short, circle's edge. But a putt without a lot of risks involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's our job as commentators to speculate, and that looked like a super safe play from Niklas. Maybe after seeing Väinö go long OB, that was a very nose-down shot. But 2 strokes is not a lot in this stage of the game.
That is true.
But if you're putting like that, I guess it doesn't matter. Shut up, Dean. I got this, he said.
That was a very nice putt by Niklas. Let's see if Janne can get his second birdie here in the back. Leaving it low. And Jesse to keep pace with Niklas. He would love to get a stroke on him on this hole, but it's a fantastic putt by Niklas. There is still 2-shot difference between the two. But that just means that he gained some distance from Väinö.
Yeah, Väinö gave it a run early in this round, but it seems like his championship dreams are all but gone at this point.
Yeah, looks like it. Let's see if he has some better luck here on the hole 13. It's a par 3, 102 meters, OB right, OB left, OB behind the basket. They're just going to keep it nice and high with the hyzer, just having crashed down 4 to 5 meters before the basket and skip under it. That will be the ideal shot. Aiming a little bit over the trees in the middle here of the picture. We see, oh, this is high by Jesse, and this is left. But pin high. Left with an 8-meter putt straight towards OB. Luckily, there's a basket between.
Yeah, this hole is, basically, can you control the distance of your spike hyzer? I want to take a minute and just appreciate the whole sponsor here, Ford, getting into disc golf. We see the flags all around, the basket wraps. Awesome job over at Sibbe to get Ford involved. And an awesome shot by Niklas, absolutely parking.
And Janne looks like he'd be going a little bit lower than... No, never mind. He looked like he was looking down, but then he changed and ending up a little bit shorter than I expected.
Yeah, a little bit casual on that throw.
Yeah.
Väinö's got to be feeling a little disappointed. Coming into the day, he wanted to make a run. He started off that way, but just doing the math.
Yeah. Solving this one beautiful though, but yeah, I think you're right. He was expecting more and started off so great, but Do not keep. And with the sun in his face, let's see if Janne can sneak over the rim this time. Nope. And that is the punishment for ending up short. Another important putt for Jesse. He knows Niklas is parked at this point. Oh, no chain. Slam dunk by Jesse. Little sigh of relief there. But he looks to be back on the mental focus. Just keeping the pace. As the rest of the guys cleaning up their birdies. And Janne with the par. All right, let's move on to hole 14, par 3, 103 meters. Dean, can you break it down for us?
Yeah, this is a newer hole. They got rid of some of those throwing from rocks to other rocks holes out here at Sibbe. This one I call a golf shot hole. You know, it's really testing, can you control that 103 meter distance, either a forehand or a, slower turnover. And I really love these kind of holes coming down the stretch. It demands that you execute, like I said, just a golf shot.
Yeah, they demand focus, and that is really what you want on the back nine. You really want to have holes that are testing the skills, but also the mental focus, because it's right there. It's 103 meters. These are some of the best players in the world. They know they can do this any day of the week, but can they do it here at Championship Sunday at the biggest stage of them all? Well, that is the question.
Yeah, I like this redesign. Take away a few of the headache holes and make people execute.
This is looking very nice. A little short. Had the line.
I think he's going Glow 400 Series PA3 off the tee on a 103 meter hole. That must be nice.
We can dream. Janne laying this one nice and out and closes up the bunch. That is a great forehand by the old-timer.
Yeah, I like Janne's game, almost equal backhands and forehands.
Very nice balance in his game for sure. Wow. The confidence in that putt. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, really showing a lot. He might be out of the championships, but he's still gonna, keep the pedal down, make the birdies. The crowd's out there watching.
Stage is lit. Oh, Niklas, cage down. The door is once again opening a little bit for Jesse.
I'd say this is the biggest part of this round for sure.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Dead center by Jesse.
Come on. Just smile, Jesse. Good sportsmanship there from Niklas.
I think it's Janne's fan club showed up. They're getting the action because Niklas and Jesse are neck on neck going into hole 15, par 304 meters. Just gonna make a regular slight hyzer, going straight towards those trees here and just fade in towards the basket. The big thing you can do, of course, is hit one of those trees or go OB long. And we have seen surprisingly a lot of people ending up much further left of the green than you would anticipate, meaning they will have a very obstructed putt. This is looking very nice, playing nicely there with the trees.
Yeah, this drive is weird. It's just what the player is going to prioritize off the tee. Do they not want to go be long? Are they not going to challenge that tree to the right side? And yeah, like you said, it's recipe for some obstructed putts down to the left.
Yeah. And Väinö is heading that way. Hitting a tree. Circle 2 putt. Long way down, and there is some low-hanging branches as well that might come into play when you get up there. I'm a big fan of Janne's form. Slow, smooth, good power, very efficient way of using his energy.
Yeah, there's the tree that you got to challenge, and tree 1, Janne 0. We've seen Niklas play this hole to absolute perfection. Let's see if he can do it with all the pressure on.
Nice and wide. Oh, and that's less than ideal. I mean, it's still just 8 meters, but now he has all those trees to contend with.
Great camera angle here for Väinö. Low ceiling.
Yeah, coming into play. Kicking it to the tree. Well, let's see. Oh, I think the angle here might be a little bit more dramatic than what he's looking at. Little step out, straddle putt. But the low-hanging trees is in play for sure. And a little bit hard to see how much that tree is in the way of Niklas, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is straight into the backend.
Yeah. Oh, there's a deep breath from Niklas, which the American equivalent would probably be a full shout.
Yeah. That is a Finnish shout, what you saw there. Wind back and see it. As we see, Jesse, 6 for 6 here at the back 9. He's really putting up temperature here at the back 9. He's hungry for gold. Let's see if the Discmania player Niklas can keep him off.
Man, 1 stroke, 3 holes to go. What more can you ask for out here at the Finnish Championships?
Well, you might ask for one of the hardest hole that you will see in a back 9 ever, which is this. It's hole 16, par 4, 179 meters. There's a man to the left, and that is not really the challenge. The challenge is right here. It's the green. It is devastating to go even just a meter past the basket on your approach. If you do that, you're either OB or you're looking at a 10-meter uphill putt. As we see Jesse ending up further right than you really want to. Even with his strong sidearm game, that is not ideal.
It's actually a shocking result for Jesse, as we've seen him play right into that ditch, actually, but well to the left of the Mando, doesn't even challenge it. A very safe shot, nose down, something overstable, and he knows he can pitch up with that forehand, but a big mistake there, I'd say.
And this looks pretty much like the ideal shot, getting the applause even before it's down. Excellent execution by Niklas.
It's an awesome shot. We've seen plenty of people get caught up on that S line and actually miss the Mando, go OB to the right. It's an absolute punishing drop zone as well. A place where a 2-stroke swing can and will happen.
And Väinö going a little bit high, but got the distance, so he has an fairly, well, he has an open but fairly easy approach, but it's going into the mind of the players what is behind the basket. You want to give it a shot, but at this hole, you don't want to give too much of a shot. As we see Janne. That is a good shot as well. A little bit to the right, but here we can hear the rain starts pouring. The conditioning are changing. This is Finnish summer. If any of you guys have been thinking about moving to Finland, it can be 25 and sunny, and then it switches to 10 degrees and pouring rain. As we see Jesse playing a beautiful forehand.
Yes, his shot was a lot harder than it looked. So much risk.
And Väinö hitting one of the bare rocks there in the middle. Skips, but couldn't see it land. So it might be awesome and it might be terrible, as we see Janne going straight down. And he's actually lucky to kick up and roll, but fade off before the OB. You don't see that happening a lot.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. And here you see what can happen if you go past the basket. You're looking at the steep uphill 11-meter putt for Janne now in the pouring rain. And if you're unlucky, it can stand up and roll, but that only travels 30 centimeters before it dies down, which is good luck.
Pretty good result there. You see the permanent pin position on the rock, which is even meaner.
So, but of course, the Finnish Championship being sponsored by Prodigy Discs. Only playing with that this weekend.
It's classy by Väinö making these birdies down the stretch.
Yep. Ooh. Yes, -10 through 16, which is really, really good, but leaving that one very high.
What a time to have wet putters. My goodness.
If the pressure from a couple of hundred disc golf crazy Finns watching you is not enough, even Niklas is putting that one under the rim. That is more excitement than you really want to.
Like a high putt competition.
Yeah. And let's just take a second to wish Niklas is here. Rest in peace now that the weather is here and the rain is kicked down that perfectly manicured hair of his. Moving into hole 17, par 3, 106 meters. You can see a wide forehand, but more common you'll see a turnover backhand either with a fairway driver or a mid-range. I think the real thing we have seen the guys do here is going actually not giving it enough of an angle and just fading out too early. But also you don't want to go too much and end up early. But you know what? That is not what I anticipated from Jesse, who has played this hole really well. Just ending up way short.
Yeah, he's got to be disappointed there. Niklas with a huge opportunity here.
Yeah, but he too, leaving it up short. Doesn't give the Enigma there enough time to flex back and give him the distance he needs.
I wonder how much the situation played into that shot, seeing Jesse be so short, knowing he has a stroke lead.
Good distance. Väinö doesn't give it enough, give him the right angle to flex back, but it's a birdie putt.
This is the third of the what I'm going to call down the stretch golf shot holes, as I was saying earlier. And we see, this one's a little bit touchier than the other two. You really have to hit your angle just right, like you said.
If this has the stability, I'm really liking this. Yeah, it didn't have enough stability to flex back, but it had the powered angle and the right line, I would say, for a park job, but not enough. Just not enough stability in that disc. As we see Jesse jumping out of the ditch there, under the basket. Which means that it's going to come down to one of the most beautiful finishing holes in all of disc golf. Hole 18 here at Sibbe Disc Golf course. Can Niklas win his first championship in Open at the age of 16? Or is it going to be Jesse's time to tie, maybe force a playoff? I don't want to take away from Väinö and Janne, but they're playing a backseat role now for the championship here and the coverage here at the MBDG. As we see Väinö gets ready for a birdie putt. Like you said, just finishing solid. Racking up a few birdies on the end here. Oh, yeah, missing right again. It's the second time during this round that we've seen that.
This is great for Finnish disc golf. You know, there's all those young Mikos and Mikas and Jukka-Pekkas and Juhas and Juhos watching at home, and they get to see an absolutely great fourth round. 1 stroke difference heading into the 18th. A lot of little Finnish kids wanting to grow up just to be like these 4 guys.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, man, I want to grow up to be a guy like Janne, to be honest, when I'm 42. Let's be honest with that. All right, we are moving into the last hole. This is where we're going to finish. It is the epic tournament, hole 18, par 4, 120 meters, about 100-meter carry over water to this little green, which has OB in the back. You can go forehand, you can go backhand, whatever you do. If you're Jesse, if you're Niklas, you want to go under the basket. Let's see how it all plays out as we get a little nice shot of the rainbow coming in as a symbol of the final round. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect.
Phenomenal.
Huge crowd. It's sunny and it's pouring down, and it's the final day of the Finnish championship. Woo! Let's see.
Yeah, all the pressure on Jesse here. I will remind the viewers that the OB line is actually before those fences a little bit.
Yep. And I will actually disagree with you. I think the pressure is both on Jesse and on Niklas. But first and foremost, since he has the box, Niklas needs to put this one under the basket and making sure that Niklas is ending up with a lot of pulse, getting up and ready for his throw afterwards. This is standing up. You got the height. The distance is nice. And now. Yeah, we agree with you there, Jesse. Now at this point, Niklas only needs to make the green to be able to pitch up and become the Finnish champion 2020. Imagine the pressure of the 16-year-old. And laying this one further left, and he's coming in on a scary skip angle. Straight OB. And he now has a comeback putt from circle 2 longer than Jesse's, which means that Jesse, who is closer, has an easier putt to make the pressure of Niklas. As we see Väinö getting that lucky fence break, sticking in bounds. But he is further away than he wants to, of course, but he is in bounds.
Not a well-known strategy on this hole to play the bank shot, but it works for Väinö.
And this is surprising to see. Just like Väinö, he's going far left, and he's skipping OB from 25 meters and has a little jump putt approach to get to the basket. Let's be completely honest here. This is not an easy hole If you want to stick it under the basket, you need to swing it out far and wide out over those fences and basically crash in. And none of them did that. All of them ended quite a lot left of the basket. Ooh. Yeah.
No.
I like that attitude.
Wow, so much drama here. Unbelievable.
And I apologize. Niklas was closer than I thought, but he's still further away than Jesse.
So here we have Niklas lining up a putt.
200 disc golf crazy people watching. The most important putt in Niklas's life. Oh. Can't connect. Leaving the door open from Jesse. And if you thought that Niklas had a high pulse, I do not want to be in the boots of Jesse at this moment.
And we just saw Jesse absolutely devastated on the tee pad, and here he is to force a playoff.
Oh, yes. And there is the emotion. Fist pumps, 5 in a row. Still no smile, but you know he is happy, for sure. Again, great sportsmanship by Niklas.
Saving
Even though
up
he never lost one.
Saving up the fist bumps, and for hole 18.
Seemed like the right hole to save them up for.
Unbelievable putt. So much pressure. We've seen Jesse on the emotional roller coaster all day.
Janne with a smile. Making it to the lead card in probably the most stacked field in all of Disc Golf Europe. It's quite a feat, especially considering that he is 30 years older than this guy. That means, ladies and gentlemen, that we will be having a playoff for the Finnish championship. What do you think is going through the heads now, Dean?
Well, I will correct you on one thing. Niklas is not 16, but 18. But as a young player, yeah, Niklas, and we see him so calm, cool, collected the whole time. We get a little bit of rain down the stretch, a little bit of slip up. We've seen him park hole 17. He did not do that. We've seen him park hole 18. He did not do that for such an unflappable young player. He's definitely, on the downside of the momentum going into this first playoff hole, hole 1. We've seen Jesse up and down, missing putts, missing opportunities, but he was there to cash it in when he needed to. Hole 18, I mean, this goes beyond disc golf. This is why we love sports. It's obviously why we love disc golf. This is magic moments here in the Finnish championships.
Flip off for the privileges of choosing starting or not.
Yeah, you'd love to go second, especially on a hole like this, but in any playoff situation. So much OB, so many things go wrong. There's Henna and Evelina behind watching. Let's watch the drama unfold.
Again with his felon. A little bit more oomph on this shot than his previous one. He's left with a little bit of a longer putt than he wants, of course, but the power was just perfect on that one. Just getting a lot of skip, probably because of the rain. Didn't help out.
We've seen Niklas have this one dialed in time after time.
Absolutely parking it. first throw today.
Can he do it when it matters most?
It's looking a little bit low, but a lot of power. Forward movement. Oh my Lord. Whew. Talk about cool nerves from Niklas. Putting absolutely all the pressure on Jesse. This is to force another playoff hole for Jesse. Well, yeah, that's the applause he deserves. He made it really entertaining there towards the end. Really pushed the pressure on Niklas. Just tapping out now. What a tournament it's been for Jesse. It was almost very close, but it came down to the last putt, and Niklas just exploding with feelings. It's pretty much the first time.
Niklas Anttila.
The first time during this round where you've seen him show his emotions. Sigh of relief, little tear in the eye there as he wins the biggest tournament in all of Finnish, and I would argue one of the most important disc golf tournaments of all of Europe here at Sibbe Disc Golf course. What a show from the young man, and thank you, Jesse, for making this so exciting for us to watch here in the end and forcing the playoff. What are your takes from this team?
I mean, this moment is obviously beautiful. Such a young guy, such a calm, cool, collected player, getting all the respect from a lot of Finnish legends over here. These guys in Finland, they've grown up watching their heroes, and here they are beating them on the biggest stage. But Niklas, he's well on his way to writing his name down right next to the Leo Piironens of the world. The Ville Pipos, the Janne Hirsimäkis, all these great Finnish players that have come down the pipeline. Jalle Store, the list goes on and on and on. But Niklas is here. This is his moment. I would not bet against this kid that it would be his last Finnish championship. Absolutely an amazing player, a versatile player. I can't say it enough. Just a collected player. And the future is so bright for this young kid. I think he still has some growing to do, when you look at his body type. And, it's, he's an amazing young athlete. And, let's see him get out there, go on tour. I bet Discmania will definitely, even up their support a little bit. We'll see some signature discs coming soon. It's a very exciting time.
Yeah, I just have one thing to say, and that's watch out, world, because this guy is coming to dominate. Like you said, he has the age. He has been playing disc golf for such a long time. He's grown into disc golf, and here you have the tree on top here. We have Väinö, Jesse, and of course you have the star of them all, Niklas.
Yeah, and a lot of respect to Jesse, giving him a run for his money, birdieing 7 out of the 9 in the back 9. But Niklas, if you watched previous rounds, this was his tournament. Absolutely amazing play.
Yeah. And here you have it. Jesse with that scorching hot back 9 with a -10 round, which is fantastic at this tournament layout here at the Sibbe Disc Golf course. It was almost enough to catch Niklas, but not enough. Väinö securing his third place. And I just want to take this opportunity, this little time, to thank everyone who is watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because more disc golf coverage is coming here at Natural Born Disc Golfer. Not only Finnish disc golf, but there will be international disc golf coming on this channel soon in 2021. So make sure you're ahead of the curve. Hit that subscribe button and get in on the action. On behalf of Dean Schaub and myself, and of course all the lovely Patreons making this coverage possible through Patreon, just gotta say thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon in the next one.